Keep your kids away from this essay. Not because it's on Succession,
I am surrounded by snakes and fucking morons!
but because there's something so sinister in this show that it looks completely innocent. Turns out fucking vicious. It's a rabbit. And maybe I'm exaggerating the existence of a cute little creature in a plot full of bullies struggling for power. I mean, for on-screen presence so small that it lasts only a few seconds, maybe I'm the weird one to pay so much attention to it. But I think I have a case.
Do you actually have a case?
Yes, I can kill him.
Okay. Good.
I think there's worth in digging deep. Granted, Jesse Armstrong's rabbit hardly lasts on the screen for a few seconds, but its presence stubbornly stays on for several episodes to follow. The rabbit appears in the story 3 times. In season 3 episode 4, Kendall gives instructions to take care of the rabbit as it's on its way to his kids, as a pet gift. In season 3 episode 5, Kendall becomes brash and gives the advice of feeding the rabbit bagel, something that could be potentially fatal.
Okay, Bianca, let the rabbit have some bagel. Those rules are for fuckheads who are gonna go to Tampa and leave a rabbit with a big gulp and a dozen cinnamon raisin. What? A little's not gonna hurt, yeah?
In the same episode,
What do you mean? The rabbit's sick? What kind of sick? Did you call the vet? How much bagel did you give him?
and Kendall helplessly orders his doctor to treat the rabbit. And ultimately, we never really get to know whether the rabbit dies or lives. But as I describe this rabbit to you, doesn't it give you a sense of Kendall?
Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue.
Mistreated by guardians at the hands of cruel, rash siblings, you have to believe that the rabbit mirrors Kendall Roy, with both of them in situations where they end up getting very close to death. And we don't know what's gonna happen to them. The rabbit foreshadows Kendall's fate in season 3 episode 8, as he's at a point of drowning after he's abused and manipulated by his mother, father, sister and brother. In fact, in the teaser for the next episode, episode 9, Kendall is nowhere to be seen. Similar to the rabbit, we are made to speculate whether Kendall dies or lives. The pivotal episode that plays around with Kendall's suicidal emotions is season 3 episode 7, Kendall Roy's birthday.
Congratulations. You've just been born into the world of Kendall Roy.
The one in which Kendall floats around messaging that's morbid and haunting. But the rabbit again finds its way into the occasion as Kendall meets his ex-wife Rava.
Oh, did you get the kids present? They made something for you.
What? No. They made me something? No, I didn't. That didn't get to me. What did it look like?
Like a present? It had rabbit wrapping paper.
All right, got it.
Kendall goes on a search for this rabbit wrapping paper and never finds it. Philosopher Jack Lacan had pointed out that in every subconscious mind, there exists a small object A that signifies the deepest object of unattainable desire to which the mind drives. This is after what Lacan emphasizes as the mirror stage, where we look at ourselves for the first time in the mirror
You are fucking Kendall Roy.
and realize there's somewhat of a disconnect between who you actually are as a concept, the unseen real self, and the body you see in front of you. So Lacan says that similar to the object of our body in the mirror stage, we are all driven to pursue objects that affirm our sense of identity and fulfill the ideal of a complete self, an object that represents the symphony of the real world, the symbolic world and the imaginary world. This object, largely due to its unattainability in reality, leaves us perpetually displeased with life, like Rosebud in Citizen Kane, or as philosopher Slavoj Zizek aptly points out, the Pokemons in Pokemon Go, objects in augmented reality that we run behind, roaming around in our own reality. Or better, back to Succession. Roman's disastrous rocket crash leads to workers losing their thumbs. I'm sure they wish they could get it back. And you and I, we are better off keeping our thumbs and not working for the Roys, as we could use our fingers to hit that subscribe button and bell icon to get video essays from the Suave Critic. But what I'm getting at is, for Kendall,
Can we trace that gift, please? Priority 1.
Absolutely.
perhaps the objet petit a is the rabbit paper, reminiscent of that innocent creature that is as tortured as him. It exists in language, but is fundamentally unattainable. In fact, we never get to see it. So now we know what the rabbit means to Kendall, but we still haven't quite figured out why there's a rabbit in the first place. Fandor uploaded an essay titled From Cuddly to Creepy, the greatest rabbits in film history, which looked at how rabbits ultimately end up being the creepiest, anti-family friendly animals on screen. And featured in this essay is a movie called Donnie Darko. Here's a film about a deeply troubled teenager wreaking havoc due to a supposed schizophrenia. But he's fundamentally haunted by a rabbit human named Frank.
Who's Frank?
A 6-foot tall bunny rabbit.
And as we move forward in the film, the rabbit becomes a symbol of a morbid, messed up mind. The film talks about the polarities of beautiful love and ghastly fear. And the rabbit becomes linked to Donnie's lost innocence, a supposedly lovable creature turned into a visual of extreme fear. The rabbit also appears in Donnie's own mirror stage and turns out to be a sinister imaginary friend that makes him flood his campuses and burn houses. There's actually another film within this film, Waterside Down, which is another film on rabbits, and it pokes Donnie's strange relationship with rabbits. But let's pull ourselves out of this rabbit hole of rabbit films. I can't help but notice the Donnie Darkos in succession. Not only Kendall, but the rest of the Roy siblings reveal a messed up, traumatized mind. They are all problem children who end up doing some pathetic things to each other. Roman Roy, while being undoubtedly weird, was also apparently caged by his siblings in childhood.
Your family.
He used to lock me in a cage.
What the fuck?
No, that's a true story. Oh wait, you're pretending that you don't remember the dog pound.
Shiv Roy's character accurately reflects the polarities of a rabbit. She sports the exterior akin to a cute rabbit, whilst ending up being the most vicious bully out of them all.
Fine, I'll do it myself. Thanks for all the fucking help as always.
And we have already considered the case of the eldest son in the family.
I am the eldest son.
Well, yeah, obviously, Colin, but you know what he means.
I am the eldest son.
Sorry, Connor, it's not you. Deep down, they are all creepy, silly rabbits. Innocent kids turned vicious animals at each other's throats. But are they the only traumatized kids in the show? Season 3 episode 9 shows a conversation between Logan and Kendall's son Iverson.
Isn't this a bit young for you?
Sometimes he still likes it.
Sometimes I still like it.
From this we get to know that even Iverson is showing worrying symptoms of being a little inclined towards the dark side. This makes me further speculate that perhaps it's the pet rabbit's fate that may have messed up little Iverson's head. But we have reached a point where we have to wonder, why is Kendall the one associated with the rabbit? The show could link either of the siblings with the rabbit, perhaps all. But here's what I think.
But when we're out on the other side of this all, it's you. I'm telling you now. It's always been you.
Well, thank you.
There's something special about the amount of suffering Kendall Roy goes through. Similar to Donnie's own turmoil, Kendall is the one who comes close to dying. And he's the one who, despite all the trauma, develops genuine care for family members. Maybe at a subconscious level, Kendall Roy is the most important member to come to the realization that they are all rabbits. That the Roy family is a cycle of fathers and mothers breeding power-hungry rabbits out of their own toxic nature. As a result of being mistreated by each family member in the birthday episode, it is perhaps this realization that breaks Kendall apart. The epiphany of rabbits is too hard to consume. In conclusion, I'd like to pull up TV tropes and bring to your attention Killer Rabbit. Quote, "It's small, it's fluffy, it's adorable. But when you get on its bad side, your death will be swift and painful." I don't know about you, but to me, it sounds like the killer Logan Roy would like.